crown jewel took place in Perth, Western Australia, at RAC Arena, and this was the first ever crown jewel that did not take place in Saudi Arabia, and it also turned out to be what I thought was the best crown jewel of all time. So we started off, I did not get to watch the countdown show or the kickoff show. I'm not going to wake up that early to watch that, I'm sorry, but I did watch the main show. I didn't get to watch it live, but I did watch it on replay about a couple hours or so after it started. So we see most of the wrestlers on the show arriving, and then we go to a video narrated by Rhea Ripley promoting WWE international shows. And we had our opening match, which was Roman Reigns against Bronson Reed in an Australian street fight. So Bronson Reed comes out first. Fans don't like him. He gets no love in his home country. Roman Reigns got a massive pop in Australia. And it was Dave Meltzer who told us that this was going to headline Crown Jewel. Dave, I thought this was supposed to be the main event. This was the headliner, Dave. The clown is wrong again, as always. A fucking moron. Anyway, we got our opener match, the street fight, which, you know what? I thought was okay. Crowd was fully behind Roman. A cricket racket was used, which was a good touch. It's Australia, makes sense. We saw, I think, some balls, cricket balls. I'm not sure what it is. I'm not familiar with the sports. Then we had Roman Reigns using kendo sticks, and there was a cool spot where he's on the top rope for like an old school, and he has a kendo stick, and so is Bronson Reed, and they're both hitting each other with the kendo sticks. That was actually a really good spot. So Roman actually got on the mic during the match. He asked the fans to acknowledge him in order to get some tables, but he didn't actually get them. There was a stop sign used. Probably the best spot was there's a chair that's seated, and Roman Reigns hits a Samoan drop onto Bronson Reed through the chair, which looked great. Eventually, what happens is Roman Reigns is going for the big spear on the outside, but Braun Breaker spears Roman on the outside, and then both him and Bronson Reed do a shield powerbomb onto Roman through the announce booth. That's when the Usos make the save. Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed are fought off by the Usos initially until both Jimmy and Braun are on the outside, and Braun spears Jimmy through the barricade. Jay, I think he's on the outside, and it's Roman and Bronson. And what happens is Jay accidentally spears Roman Reigns through a cornered table that was set up, and Roman goes through the table, and then Jay's taken out. Bronson Reed, and then, Braun Breaker spears Jay, taking him out, and then Bronson Reed goes to the top rope, hits a tsunami on Roman Reigns, and Bronson Reed defeats Roman Reigns. This is Roman Reigns' only singles loss in, I think, several years. The only time, only other singles match he lost was to Cody Rhodes at last year's WrestleMania. He did lose the triple threat, but they said singles matches. So Bronson Reed with the biggest win of his career. After the match, Roman is pissed off at the Usos. He seemingly splits off from them. Jay says he's out, so I guess the Usos are split up again. And that was it. So I guess this all leads into War Games, obviously. They show us the Women's Crown Jewel Championship in the back. And then we have the match, which is Stephanie Vaquer and Tiffany Stratton for the Crown Jewel Championship, the Women's Crown Jewel Championship. Stephanie Vaquer is out first, and then Tiffany Stratton is out. Tiffany returning to the country that was in I believe the city actually that was very receptive towards her about a year and a half ago, or more than that, when she made her debut on the main roster officially, I think, in that Elimination Chamber. So the fans are serenading serenading Tiffany, like how similar to how the UK would always do that for Bayley. They were really into Tiffy here in Australia at first, but they liked Eddie Guerrero. They liked Stephanie Vaquer doing a tribute to Eddie Guerrero. That got over well, and they really do like Stephanie Vaquer as well. So when Stephanie did the tribute to Eddie, she then does the Devil's Kiss right after that, and that got a big pop in Australia when she did it to Tiffy. I thought Tiffy should have done it too, but we didn't get that. Speaking of Eddie, this was actually, the reason she did the tribute to Eddie Guerrero was this was actually his birthday week. So this was a cool tribute to him, and she pointed to the heavens before that. And then you had them go back and forth. Tiffany Stratton actually kicks out of the SVB after Stephanie hit the Devil's Kiss. Then they went for Tiffany gets the upper hand. She goes for the moonsault, but she misses. Stephanie then goes to the top rope and hits the corkscrew from the top and gets the win. The same way she won the title when she defeated Io Sky at WrestlePalooza. So that's how Stephanie Vaquer defeats Tiffany Stratton in this match. I thought it was a good match. A little bit short, but I thought it was good. Stephanie's emotional after as Triple H hands her the crown jewel ring and the championship as she's presented it. You know, the thing about this is I like the ceremony. But what's it for? It means nothing. You get to have the belt. I mean, you don't even get to keep the belt. You just get to pose with a belt. You get a ring. I mean, that's it. The problem with the crown jewel concept is there's no stakes. I mean, there's no title shot. There can't be a title shot. They're both wrestling for the belts. I mean, there's nothing. You get nothing. There has to be some sort of stakes to make this more interesting. Kind of like how they do with the Crown of the Ring, the King of the Ring. That was in Saudi Arabia this year. During a champion show. I mean, there needs to be more stakes to this. But after the match, Jackie Redmond gets in the ring and interviews Stephanie after winning. She asks what it means to her. Stephanie's just the ultimate babyface here. She thanks the fans for supporting her. We get a big pyro display, and you'd think she just won the main event of WrestleMania with the way they were hyping up this victory here. But very ceremonial for Stephanie Vaquer. Paul Heyman is backstage. He talks to the Bronze after the win. He tells them not to help Seth Rollins tonight. We see Perth at night, Stills outside, and then AJ Styles was out next, and he's actually wearing the shorter tights. It's the attire he would wear in TNA. He was actually wearing this for this match, and you just knew, all right, this is TNA AJ. He's really motivated. This is going to be an all-time classic match. You just knew it right there, right away. And then John Cena comes out. He gets a huge pop in Perth, his final appearance in Australia. He's wearing yellow and green. And then Alicia Taylor actually gave them both special ring introductions, which was a good touch. John Cena got a whole bunch of thank you Cena chants, which was great. They showed him so much respect. And then when she introduces AJ, Alicia Taylor actually mentions TNA and Bullet Club. And it was a really cool introduction for AJ. And it made you think, man, maybe AJ... he's going to be wrapping up soon anyway, and he might think of this as his like big farewell with John Cena anyways, and he might not get this big of a match for his own farewell, so I think he's kind of soaking it in a way, and that's why he wore those TNA tights. So we get John Cena and AJ Styles. Man, so much happened here. Fans were chanting, "This is awesome," before they really even did anything, and that's really rare. John Cena did the "You Can't See Me" with the crowd. He hit the AA, but AJ Styles kicked out. John Cena hit a skull-crushing finale in tribute to The Miz. And then John actually reverses the Styles Clash into an STFU, which was a good counter there. I liked how he did that. Then you had Styles actually reverse it into a crossface. John Cena put AJ Styles in the Accolade. He also put AJ Styles in the Walls of Jericho, which was great. There was a loud Y2J chant after that. But Styles actually counters the Walls of Jericho like he did when he wrestled Chris Jericho into the Calf Crusher against Cena, which was good. But then Cena countered into the STF again. Cena kicked out of a Styles Clash. And they keep going back and forth. It's a tremendous matchup here. Cena hit the Sister Abigail DDT. The Sister Abigail, not Alexa Bliss's move. The Sister Abigail to AJ Styles. And I guess I'm so used to seeing Alexa hit the move every week that I actually think that's the actual finish, but he actually hit the real Sister Abigail to AJ Styles. And this was actually probably the best moment of the night, because right after that, the fans do tribute to Bray Wyatt by not just chanting "Thank you, Bray," they actually pull out their phones and do the Firefly gimmick, and they all do the fireflies to wave the cell phones, the cell phone lights. Incredible moment. John Cena even got emotional. He looks up to the heavens in tribute to Bray, and this was just an awesome moment. This is actually my favorite moment of the whole show, and that's why I chose it as a thumbnail. I just thought that was actually great. I love that part, and a really wholesome moment. So John Cena, then he hits the Randy Orton draping DDT onto AJ Styles, and then he does the, when Randy charges up for the RKO when he hits the mat, he did that, then he actually hit the RKO, but AJ kicks out. He hits a chokeslam onto AJ Styles. I'm not sure who that was for, if that was Undertaker, or probably not Undertaker because he hit the tombstone later, or Kane or Big Show. I'm not sure who it was exactly for, but he wrestled Big Show. He also wrestled Kane. Didn't have the best rivalry, but that was maybe that was homage to Kane. I'm not sure, but Fans chant 619. He goes for the 619. You just thought, all right, there's no way he's ever going to fucking hit a 619. But AJ stops it. AJ then hit the sweet chin music onto John Cena after he tuned up the band. Cena kicked out. John Cena also kicked out of a phenomenal forearm from AJ Styles. AJ kicks out of another AA, but then John Cena finishes AJ by hitting a tombstone pile driver. Yes, he hit the tombstone onto AJ Styles, and then he hit a third AA right after that. Got the win. 1, 2, 3. John Cena wins the rivalry with AJ Styles, defeats him. I think it's now 3-2 officially in singles matches. So he defeats AJ Styles in a tremendous matchup. Absolutely loved it. Easily the match of the night, in my opinion. John Cena now gets his 100th PLE victory. He's second all-time to The Undertaker, who he won't catch. I think Undertaker's like at 107. But it was ironic that he won the move. He almost practically won the match with the tombstone. So I think that's ironic in a way. Yeah, just tremendous. After the match, both John Cena and AJ Styles embrace. Each raises up each other's hands. Great moment. AJ exits the ring. Cena soaks in the fans before he hugs his wife in the crowd. And he walks up the ramp. And, man, I don't think he's going to have a match as good as that in his last 4 appearances now. I doubt we're going to get a match like that. Awesome match. Just awesome. And, yeah, that can't say enough good things about it. So we got the women's tag match was next. Asuka and Kairi Sane are out first. Io Sky came out to a big pop, and then Rhea Ripley just gets a huge ovation in her home country. Everyone loves her in Australia. She's Rhea Bloody Ripley here, and we get the tag match. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky against the Kabuki Warriors, Kairi Sane and Asuka. So as you would expect, as I think everyone kind of knew what would happen, Kabuki Warriors got the heat on Io Sky, and it was all built around Rhea Ripley getting the hot tag. Unlike that previous mixed tag match at the last PLE where it dragged on forever, it didn't seem like this dragged on forever. But they were building up to Rhea getting the hot tag. They would taunt Rhea as they beat down Io, which was a good heel spot. Asuka and Io actually go at it for a while. Eventually, finally, Io is able to get the hot tag to Rhea Ripley. Fans go crazy. Huge pop. They throw Rhea into the steps, however, slowing down her momentum, and Io was back legal, and Rhea was taken out again. But then the match picked up when the faces got the upper hand again. Rhea's legal now, I believe, and then Io actually hit the springboard moonsault onto the outside, taking out both Asuka and Kairi, and then she hits the over the moonsault to Kairi, but Asuka broke up the pin. Asuka went at it with Rhea, which was really good, probably the best part of the match. This was really entertaining here. Eventually, they say is Kairi sacrificed herself into the match by tagging herself in, so she can take the fall, so Asuka doesn't have to. You had Rhea hit the Riptide onto Kairi Sane, and Asuka's out of the match by now. So after the Riptide, Rhea decides to tag in Io Sky in her home country, and she allows her friend Io Sky to get the win in her home country. Io hits the over the moonsault onto Kairi Sane, pins her 1, 2, 3, and she gets the win here. Io Sky pins Kairi Sane for the win, and Rhea Ripley and Io Sky celebrate. Io Sky jumps in Rhea Ripley's arms. I guess that's what they do always when they win a tag match together. But they're very happy. They celebrate, and definitely the star of the match is Rhea Ripley in Australia. But I'm glad it was cool that she let Io get the win here. The announcers promote Raw tomorrow night. Then they show us the Men's Crown Jewel Championship in the back. And we get our main event. Seth Rollins is out first. And then Cody Rhodes is out, who is definitely the babyface here. People really into Cody in Australia. And we get our main event, the WWE Crown Jewel Championship. WWE Champion Cody Rhodes against World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins. So in this match, you had Seth Rollins insulting Michael Cole. I think after the wanker comment on SmackDown, that's the reason he did that. And then you had them go back and forth. Cody hit this really cool vert breaker, which was really nasty. I mean, that's such a devastating finish. Like, it should be his finisher. It looks so brutal. But he hit that. Just kind of a movie he does. They go back and forth. Seth hit a really good crossroads, but Cody kicked out. Cody also kicked out of a curb stomp. And near the end of the match, what happens is Seth grabs Cody's watch from the ringside area, and actually this wasn't his watch, this was the watch Cody gave him after the main event of WrestleMania. So Seth goes in the ring, he kicks out of a crossroads, and then they go back and forth again. Eventually Rollins has Cody up in a tree of woe onto the ring, onto the turnbuckle, and then that's on one side. He goes to the other side of the ring, and he does a coast-to-coast headbutt onto Cody Rhodes while he was upside down. That looked awesome. That was an awesome freaking spot. And the camera shot out great, by the way. Then you had Seth hit a top rope Spanish fly. Eventually, Cody, he did a move that I thought, oh, for sure this is it. He hits the crossroads from the top rope onto Seth. He never does that. And I thought, all right, that has to be over. Crossroads from the top. But Seth kicks out of the crossroads from the top rope. I didn't think he'd pin him. I thought, all right, something's going to happen. The ref's going to get pulled out. It's going to be some hooded guy. It'll probably be like, maybe it's like Ethan Page or something. But that didn't happen. Seth, eventually, he goes to the watch, which was in the ring still, in the corner. He grabs the watch, and the ref's distracted. He's like pushed off, and then Seth hits Cody in the head with the watch. So he uses the watch against Cody. Seth uses it. Then he hits a curb stomp. Then he goes to the top and hits a super curb stomp from the top onto Cody Rhodes, and he pins Cody Rhodes 1, 2, 3. Seth Rollins gets the win. He wins the main event, and he finally defeats Cody Rhodes. He's still 1-3, but he finally gets his win over Cody. Definitely one of their great match. I think probably it might be better than the Backlash match. Probably is, but definitely I wouldn't say it's as good as the WrestleMania match, and most certainly nowhere near the Hell in a Cell match. But this was still a really good main event here. I really enjoyed it. So after the match, Triple H presents Seth Rollins with the Crown Jewel Championship in ring, and then he's going to be interviewed not by Jackie Redmond like Stephanie Vaquer was, but she's supposed to be interviewed by Kathy Kelly, who is wearing a very short and tight red dress. I think we kind of are a little upset we didn't get to see more of her on screen. I kind of regret missing out on the countdown show, but we saw Kathy. But Seth brushes her off. He tells her to go away, and he takes the mic from her, cuts a promo how he's the best, whatever. Then Stephanie Vaquer comes in the ring, and both her and Seth Rollins celebrate as the Crown Jewel champions. They hold up their championship belts and they wear their rings, and that's how Crown Jewel ended. So overall, I thought a very good show. I thought easily the best Crown Jewel of all time, and definitely one of the better shows they've done this year. So I enjoyed it overall, and we'll see where we go from here. I guess this all leads into War Games, which is the next PLE Survivor Series War Games. And I thought, as I said, Crown Jewel was good tonight, and I thought easily, without question, the best Crown Jewel of all time.